Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now guys. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, hello. Is there any issues with the audio or the video guys? No issues whatsoever, right guys? Okay, so let me just share my screen with you guys and we'll immediately start with our project. The last particular part, that is the AI part, is still remaining. So let us do that right now. I'll share my screen with you guys. I'll bring myself a little bit down and I will open up the... Yes, this is the last class today. But if you want to continue, you can continue from tomorrow onwards. Tomorrow we are going to start with our Python and machine learning bootcamp. So again, we'll be spending 2 days on Python, first and second day, and then we'll be starting with machine learning right over there. Okay, so I hope so that the screen is visible to everybody, right guys? I hope so that the screen is visible to everybody, right guys? Oh, this is not the one. I was working on something else, I guess. Okay, I think so. I was working on my personal one. So certificate आज ही मिल जाएगा? नहीं, आज ही नहीं मिलेगा. It takes us 3 to 4 days to go through all the attendance and everything, verify them. Then we send the list of the students to the respective companies to verify. Once that has happened, it usually takes 3 to 4 days minimum to send the certificates. So if the bootcamp is ending today, it will take us 3 to 4 days to send the certificates to you guys. Okay, so right now we have to work on this particular function called as the computer's turn, guys. Called as the computer's turn. This is what we need to work upon, guys, to check up on the computer's turn itself, how the computer will be taking up the particular. Yes, the certificates will be coming through the email only. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so let us look at this, guys. Let us look at how we are going to make our computers turn possible. Control A, Control D, delete. Okay, where is my pen? Yeah, here it is. Okay, guys, so let's assume right now this is the current state of the board. Okay, right now this is the current state of the board. Depending who has played first, there will be an X or O right over there. Computer is basically O. Okay, computer is represented by O, which is represented by 1. User is represented by X, which is represented by -1, guys. Okay, is that clear with everybody? Please let me know. Is that clear with everybody, guys? Please let me know. Will the internship be online or offline? Ria, the internship will be completely online. It's a 1-month internship, right? So it will be completely online itself. The entire training as well as the internship. Okay, so right over here, guys, let's assume this is the current state of the board. Okay, and now it is the computer's turn. Okay, comp turn. This is the function that we are going to build right now. Now, how is this function supposed to work? Okay, so it is going to use something called as the min-max algorithm. Right, we have learned about the min-max algorithm. Am I right, guys? We have learned about the min-max algorithm. So what does min-max algorithm basically tell you? That whatever are the different possible moves, try out everything. Okay, whatever are the different moves, try out everything. Guys, please focus upon the project right now. Whatever questions and queries that you are having related to the internship, I've given you 1 day to solve that. I've already solved it. If you have any other questions, the answers are not going to change. Okay, the answers are going to remain the same. At the end of today's class, if I get some more time, I'll help you guys out. Right now, focus upon the project. Don't ask any unnecessary questions related to attendance or internships. Okay, right now, focus upon the project. This is the main part of the entire project. That is writing the AI algorithm itself. Focus upon that. Okay. Okay, so right over here, guys, the main thing that this computer turn is going to use is the min-max algorithm. Now, what is the min-max algorithm basically states? that if you want to win, okay, if you want to win using AI, the AI is going to go through all the different possible moves that are possible. The AI will go through, okay, I'm just going to remove this particular fellow. He's not able to understand at all. Okay, so the AI is going to go through all the different possible moves that are there, and it is going to figure out all the other moves as well, so on and so forth, and it is going to send back the report from there that if this move is done, then who is going to win. So you're going to get a score, -1, 1 or 0. For every move you will get a score. For example, if we take up this particular example right over here, right, we take up this particular game state as an example, then the AI will basically map down all the possible moves. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 possible moves that are there, guys. Okay. I can put my O right over here. I can put my O right over here. I can put my O right over here. I can put my O right over here, and so on and so forth. So just like this, there are 8 possible moves. And for each of these moves, I'll then mark all the other moves that are possible by the other user and so on and so forth. And then I'm going to send back if this move is made. If this move is made, what is the score for this particular move? The score can be either your user is winning, or your computer is winning, or it is a draw, right? These are the only 3 possible scores that I can allot. Either the user is winning, that is -1. Either your computer is winning, that is 1, or either it is a draw. There are only 3 possible moves right over there. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand where are these 3 numbers coming in from? So this is what we call as the score. This is what we call as the score, guys. So for every possible moves, I'll get a score back. For every possible move, I will get a score back. And that score, I am going to write it down right over here. That, okay, if I make this particular move, it is going to be 0. If I make this particular move, it is going to be -1. If I make this particular move, it is going to be, let's say 1. If I make this particular move, it's 0, 0, -1, 1, 0. These are the different values that will be assigned right over here. Okay, I'm just taking an example, guys. I don't know the exact values. I'm just taking an example that these are the scores. So I will come here and I will run the min-max algorithm on that particular like place itself, and I will get a score out of it. That, okay, if this is the place where you're going to place your O, this is the score that you will get. I'll then again place my O right over here. I'll get another score from there, and so on and so forth. So how can I do this? How can I get these scores? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, there are only 8 possible moves. In any game, there are total number of 9 possible moves, right? In any possible game, there are total number of 9 possible moves that is there. So I'll write for I in range 0,9, right? For I in range 0,9, so I will take 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and so on and so up till 9. So till 8, okay? So what will happen right now is, if there's a big if right over here, guys, if the value at board I is equal to 0, that means that particular position is empty right over there. Only if board I is equal to 0, that means that is empty right over there. Then and only then the computer will place its O right over there. Then board I is equals to 1. Okay, then board I is equals to 1. I will place my O right over here. So, okay, first I is equals to 0. So it is X right over here. So it is not equal to 0. So I will remove it. Okay, I'm not going to go with this. I is equals to 1. Great, I is 1. So I will put my O right over here. Okay, board I is equals to 1, right? I'll put my O right over there at that particular spot. Okay. Now for this particular layout where there is X right over here and there is O right over here, I will calculate my particular score. What is happening right over here? Okay, I'll calculate my score, guys. SCORE score is equals to some function of min-max. Min-max algorithm will give me the score. Okay, I'll get a score from minmax. Minmax is going to go inside of the this particular game state, and it is going to calculate a score from me that is going to be 1, -1 or 0, and it is going to give that to me. It is going to give that back to me. Okay. Now, once I've got the score, guys, once I've got the score, okay, I know if I place my O right over here, this is the score that I'm going to get. Let's assume it is 1, -1, 1 or 0, right? I get a score back. Now, this is not my finalized move. I have not permanently put my O right over there. I'm checking for every position possible. I'm putting my O right over there. I'm checking what is the score I'm going to get using this particular move. And then I need to remove that O as well. I need to remove that O as well, guys. Are you guys able to understand? Because right now I have not decided. I'm checking all the scores possible. So I'm putting my O. I'm checking that, okay, this is the score I'm going to get. Then I'm removing my O. Then I'll put my O at some other position. I'll check the score from there. I'll put the score at some particular position. Then I'll check it from right over there, and so on and so forth. Right? So I will remove my O right over there, guys. BOARD board I is equals to 0. I have removed my O from that particular position, guys. I have removed my O from that particular position. Now, what does the computer want to do? Does it want to maximize the score, or does it want to minimize the score to win? Please let me know. What does the computer want to do, guys? Does he wants to maximize the score, or does he wants to minimize the score, guys? What is the aim of the computer? I've already taught you guys about min-max algorithm. So you should be able to understand there is one user that is going to maximize the score, one user that is going to minimize the score. What do you think is the aim of the computer, guys? To maximize the score. So what is the maximum score? What is the minimum score possible, guys? Let me know that. What is the minimum score possible in this board? Minimum score possible is -1. That it cannot go below this. It cannot go below this, guys, right? So I have to search a particular number from all these positions, a particular score from all these different positions that is greater than -1. That then and only then I will be able to win, right? The score should be greater than -1. Then no, that is the aim of the maximizing agent. But it is possible, right? It is also possible that at every single one of these locations, the value can be -1. No matter what particular way that he goes to, all the scores is -1 itself. That is also possible. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please let me know. That is also possible, right, guys? That all the positions are -1 right over there. So what we are going to do is we are going to create another variable called as value. Value is equals to -2. Can -2 be possible? First of all, let me know. Can -2 be possible, guys? Think about it. Can the score be -2? So whoever is saying no, you guys are wrong. Gotcha. Okay, you guys are wrong. Why? Because if in the case all the existing numbers are already filled up, all the positions are filled up, guys. All these positions have x's or zeros inside of them. Okay, so x0, 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 x. All the positions are already filled up. In that particular case, this if statement is never going to work. It is always going to be false. So value will always remain as -2. Through this, you can check if it is a draw or not. Because when it is a draw, you need to return 0 back to the user. The value is 0. So this is what we'll see in the min-max algorithm. But that is the reason why I have put up a value that cannot exist. Right? So that if that value remains same, that if the value is still -2, that means it's a draw. That means it's a draw. Otherwise, the minimum value possible is -1. The minimum value possible is -1. So what I'm going to do is I'll create an if statement right over there. If our score is greater than value, in that particular condition, we are going to update our value. Then the new value will be equal to score. Yeah, you can put up -2, -6, minus 115. I don't really care about that. I've just taken -2 because -1 is the minimum value possible. So -2 is the logical number that I will think about to take up as the next number, right? Now, once I've updated my value right over there, that the new value is the highest score that is there, right? Then I will move on to the next particular place. If the value is again greater, if the score is again greater than the new value, I will update my value once again and so on and so forth. So I'll get the highest, I'll get the maximum score possible. I'll get the maximum score possible out of all these particular scores, right? This is how I'll get the maximum score possible because I'm going over each and every particular location. I'm calculating the score for each and every particular location, guys, and I'll slowly and steadily get the maximum score that is there. I'll get the maximum score that is there. Once I get the maximum score, that is the place where I want to put my O. The computer wants to put my O. No, I cannot increase the size of my screen. Okay, please do not get disturbed by such things. Focus upon what you're learning right over here. This is the most important code of the entire program. If you put this particular program on your resume, this is the part from where you're going to get your questions asked from. So if you don't understand this particular part of your entire project, your entire 7 days has been wasted. Focus upon what you're learning right over here. Do not be disturbed by shitty things. Okay? No, they have no value. Okay, my face is not that pretty that you have to look at me. Look at my shit handwriting itself. Look at that. Okay. So right over here, wherever the score is the highest, that is the place where I want to put my particular O at. The computer wants to put its O at. So we'll create another particular variable called as position. Okay, I will initialize the position as -1. Can the position be -1? No, right? The counting starts, the indexing starts from 0 to 9, up till 9. Okay, so it cannot be -1. So what we're going to do is we're going to also update whenever we find a value that is greater than the score that is greater than the current value, we are updating our value, right? That is, this is the maximum score that is possible. In that way itself, we'll also update our POS. POS is equals to I. Our POS is equals to I, guys. That means this is where, if this is the highest score, if we have already checked everything, then this is the point where I want to put my O at, where I want to put the computer wants to put his O at. That is the reason why we are checking for the score. We are checking, okay, is the score greater than the value? And if it is, then we are updating the value to the maximum score possible. And that is the point where we want to put our X at, O at. Okay, that is what we are doing right over here. Once we have done this, when we come out of this for loop, we want to finalize. Okay, we have got the position, but we haven't put our O at that point. So we have to do that as well. BOARD board, POS, is equals to 1. So in this particular way, we'll put our particular O at that particular position, that okay, this is the highest thing that is possible. We'll put our O right over here. As simple as that. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. So we have to write this minmax algorithm. Of course, this is still left. Okay. But this is the entire code for the computer's turn, guys. This is the entire code of the computer's turn. Okay. Until unless you actually write it down, until unless you are actually practicing it, you are not able to understand. I know people who are writing, yes, good, but I think so you will be able to understand 30-40% at the max. Until unless you guys are writing this particular code down, seeing it run yourself, try running it properly, until unless that particular point of time, you will not be able to understand it. Okay, sir, will there be more than one position for the maximum value? Absolutely, yes. But do you really care about it? Because once you get a maximum value, if you go down that route, you are going to win. You are going to win. That is the value of the score, right? So it does not matter if there are 6 positions that are having 1 right over there. Any of the 6 positions you take, that means you're going to win. Okay, so it does not matter right over there. Okay. The comp turn does not return anything. The comp turn does not return anything, guys. The comp turn is as it is. Okay, it is not to return something. As you're able to see, we are not returning anything right over here. Are we returning? Do we have a return state? Do we have to assign it to something? No, right? So it does not need a return statement. We are just, comp turn is basically like user 1 turn. Okay, it is basically the computer choosing where to put its x at as it is. Okay, where to put its o at. That is what we are doing right over there. So we'll write the comp turn itself right now. So def, I'll just copy paste the spelling so that I'm not making any kind of errors right over there. Where is it? Comp turn, control C. The same code that I've explained right over here, I'm going to write it down, guys. Just give me a second. Okay. BOARD board and then colon, and then we're going to start with POS is equals to -1. We're going to have VLUE value is equals to -2. Then we are going to have our for I in range 0,9 colon BOARD board I is equals to board I is equals to 0. Then we are going to have, okay, I have just not written if board I is equals to 0. In that particular case, BOARD board I is equals to 1, because we are assigning our value right over there. Then we're going to have SCORE score is equals to something that we are going to figure out in the next particular method itself. BOARD board. Okay, board, and then I is equals to 0. Then we are going to have if CORE score greater than VLUE value. In that particular case, value is equals to SCORE score, and POS is equals to I. And then we have to go outside the for loop. BOARD board POS is equals to 1. Okay, so we have written the code for our computer's turn. The only thing that is missing is the score, right? The only thing that is missing is the score. Now, score is basically something that is related to the min-max algorithm, right? Something related to the min-max algorithm. Now, how do you calculate the score? Okay, let's try to understand this. How can I calculate the score, guys? Let's go back to our drawing board. Let's try to understand it. Let's keep everything right over here. It will become a bit easy. Let's assume, okay, that this is the position where the computer is going to put its O at. Okay, this is what has been decided. Okay, that here board I is equals to 1. So we have put up our O. The computer has put up the O right over here, guys. Now this is the current state of the board, guys. We are having the current state of the board, right? This is the current state of the board. The score that will be propagated further, okay, the score that will be propagated further, if this is the game state, right? So board I 1, फिर board I 0 हुआ, तो फिर ही 0 कर दो भाई. पहले ढंग से लिखो, नहीं समझ में आ रहा तुम क्या लिख रहे हो. आई एम नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू आर राइटिंग राइट ओवर देयर. ट्राई टू राइट इट अ लिटिल बिट मोर स्पेलिंग क्लियरली. I'm not able to understand what you're writing. Okay, so this is the current state of the board and we want to give a score, right? What does that mean? Ki this was the original board, okay, then something happened. One of the things that happened was X was put right over there, then again some other options were there. This is where we are at right now. So the score at this particular position will be the max of all these scores, right? The score at this particular position will be the max of all these scores. The score at this particular position will be the minimum of all these scores, because here it is the comp's turn, right? Comp will try to maximize it. Here it is the user one's turn. It is going to minimize it. Here again it is the user one's turn. So again it is going to minimize all the scores possible. And that is the score of this particular board, right? So again what is going to happen? Now we are going to look at from the perspective of the user. Now the AI algorithm is going to look at this particular game state from the perspective of the user. The user is now going to put his X at all these different locations. It will put his X right over here. It will calculate the score. It will then put his x right over here. It will again calculate a score. It will put his x right over here. It will again calculate a score, and so on and so forth till the point where he has checked all the scores, right? So let's assume these are the scores that are there: 0, 1, 0, 1, -1, 0, 1. Okay, these are all the scores. Now the user one will try to minimize the score, guys. Will try to minimize the score. So it was going to try to find the minimum out of these all scores. It's going to find the minimum out of all these score, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. It is going to find the minimum of all these scores. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Right? Now, can I say this? Okay, this is like, because I don't want to write two min-max algorithms, right? Think about it. In one particular algorithm, you're trying to maximize the score for the computer. In the other algorithm, you're trying to minimize the score for the computer. You can do that. You can write one algorithm for max and one algorithm for min as well. But your code is becoming bigger. Your code is becoming bigger. Very shit programmer you are. You don't want to do that. You want to optimize your thing possible. So if there are some numbers and I want to find, these numbers are 1, -1 and 0. If somebody wants to find minimum out of these particular numbers, how can I represent the same thing as an expression of maximum? Okay, I think so this will be a bit complicated for you guys. I'm not able to explain it to you guys properly, right? There are three numbers, 1, -1 and 0. We have already seen how to calculate the max out of them, right? Score may say how to calculate the max. The score is greater than the current value. It is maximum, right? It is maximum. We'll update our value right over there. Okay. If I want to use the same three numbers and calculate the min, but in the same way that I'm doing maximum, how can I do that? Can I just replace all these numbers? Can I inverse all these numbers, guys? Instead of writing 1, -1 and 0, I'll write it as -1, 1 and 0. I'll multiply it by minus. I'll multiply it by minus. So if I try to find the maximum of the inverse of these numbers, that is the minimum. If I multiply all these numbers by -1, I make the inverse of these numbers, and then I again find the maximum, that is the minimum of the original numbers. That is the minimum of the original numbers. Are you guys able to get this? Please let me know. So every time that I'm actually calculating the score, I'm going to take the negative of that previous score to calculate the maximum or minimum. I'm going to calculate the negative of that particular score. I'm never going to take up the positive of that particular score, guys. Okay. So what are we going to do? Okay, I'm never going to share the code with you guys. Okay, please do not push me on that particular thing. I never share the code. You have been given the video resources. I've explained every single line of code line by line. Okay, I'm never going to share the code. Otherwise, there's no point of you learning or attending the boot camps. I'm never going to do that. Until unless it is required, like I've given you an assignment or something, I'll definitely share it with you guys. Otherwise, there's no point of that. I'm not going to share the code with you guys. Okay. Again, guys, let us understand this. If score greater than value is equals to SCORE score. If you put 1, -1, 0 in this particular algorithm, you get the maximum value out of it. If you first put 1, then -1, then 0, you'll get value as the maximum value that is there, right? But if I multiply these numbers with -1, keeping the original numbers in my mind, okay, I'm keeping the original numbers in my mind. 1, -1 and 0 are still 1, -1 and 0. But while feeding it into this particular code, I'm feeding 1 as -1. I'm feeding -1 as 1. I'm just multiplying these numbers by -1. I'm feeding 0 as 0. And then again, I'm using this particular thing. So I will get the value as this. So what was the original number? -1. So I'm getting the minimum using the same code. I can now get minimum as well as maximum. I can use the same code to calculate minimum as well. I can use the same code to calculate the maximum as well. Are you guys able to understand why am I multiplying these numbers by -1? I'm not multiplying it by -1. Just while checking them, I'm just using -1 right over there. So it remains the original number. I'm not multiplying. I'm just doing it separately. We'll look at the code. You will be able to understand it. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Okay, so the same particular tactic will be used by the min-max algorithm what we have implemented for our computer's turn. Let us implement that. Let us implement that right over here. I will implement the min-max algorithm here. Okay, DEF min-max BOARD board, comma, and whose turn it is. Okay, the min-max algorithm needs to be provided with, is it the user's turn or is the computer's turn? For example, right over here, so I'm going to multiply the score, the original score that is going to be provided with the min-max algorithm. I'll multiply it by -1 right over here, guys. Okay, minus min-max algorithm. Okay, or you can do it like this as well, -1 multiplied by min-max. Okay, whatever you guys feel like. Okay, so here I'm multiplying the score by -1 to get the inverse out of it. Okay, always do remember this, guys. Always do remember this. Okay, and then the min-max algorithm is going to take in the BOARD board as well as whose particular turn is next. Whose turn it is? The user's turn, right? I'm calculating this min-max score on the basis of the next turn is going to be the user's turn. User's turn basically means -1. Okay, user's turn basically means -1 right over here. Here, I'm going to refer to it as player. Right over here, guys. Okay, if x is equals to analyze board, and I think so I need to check up the spelling of analyze board. I'm not making any kind of mistakes right over there. Analyze board, BOARD board. Okay, analyze board. Now if this x is basically, your x is not equal to 0, that basically means somebody wins, right? If x is not equal to 0, that basically means somebody wins, right? So return, we need to return some value, right? We need to return some value right over there. Now what are you going to return? That basically means the end leaf, guys. Please remember this. Okay, if somebody has 1, if x is not equal to 0, that means somebody has 1. So we'll be returning back who has 1. That can be -1, 1 or 0. That means, sorry, not 0. Okay, we cannot return 0, guys, because again, it is not equal to 0. So either 1 or -1, that is what is going to be returned back to us. Now, in the case of your computer's turn, you're multiplying the score by -1. You change this, right? Here, you have changed the score to be multiplied by -1 to make sure that in the case where we need to find the minimum value possible, we are able to use the same code to do it. But doing that for computer's turn, it is not going to work. For computer's turn, it is not going to work, because if you multiply the computer's turn by -1, the score of computer's turn by -1, and calculate the maximum on top of it, it will give you the minimum value. So you've solved it for minimum value, but for maximum you have now a problem. Now you are actually calculating the minimum score possible. So to tackle this, we will return x multiplied by player. We'll return x multiplied by player as the answer. Now I'm not going to explain this particular 2 lines of code. I'm not going to explain these 2 lines of code. These are the only 2 lines of code in the entire project that I'm not going to explain. This is something that I'm giving you guys as an assignment, because this is the question that is going to be asked you guys in your interviews. These are the most important 2 lines of the entire project. The most important 2 lines of the entire project. The person who has understood these 2 lines of code has understood the entire project. The person who has not understood these 2 lines of code, your project is next to nothing. You shouldn't put it on your resume as well. These are the only 2 lines of code that I'm not going to explain to you guys. These are the 2 lines of code that you have to understand on your own. I've given you guys a hint. Related to min-max, how we have handled the -1 score and everything. But why have we done this x multiplied by player? That is something you guys have to identify on your own. That is like a small assignment from mine. Throughout the 7 days, I have not given you guys any assignment. This is the only assignment I'm going to give you guys. So let's see how many of you guys are able to figure it out, how many of you guys are not able to figure it out. If you put your project on your resume with these 2 lines of code, not understanding these 2 lines of code, please do not do that. Interviewers will definitely ask you just one particular question, explain these 2 lines of code, how does it work? And if you're not able to do that, your entire project has been copied from some place. You don't understand your own project. So these 2 lines of code are the most important part of the entire project, guys. Try to figure it out. Okay, that is what I will be suggesting for you guys. Okay, then we are going to do the exact same code, guys. Then we are going to do the exact same code. Again, we are going to write POS is equals to -1. Again, we are going to write value is equals to -2. Okay, again, we are going to do for I in range 0,9, just like before, guys. Just like before, no changes. If board I is equals to 0, same. So I'm not explaining this code because I've already explained it down below. We are writing the same code right over here, but we are just changing the one with player. That's it. We are just changing the one with player. board I is equals to PLA player. Then we're going to again calculate score. SCORE score is equals to -1 multiplied by, okay, you don't have to write it like this. You can just write minus min max board comma whose turn will be the next. If currently it is the player's turn, guys, if currently it is the player's turn, whose chance is next, guys? Can somebody let me know whose chance is next? Can somebody let me know? If it is currently the player's turn, whose turn is next, guys? Can somebody let me know? Mathematically, guys, mathematically whose turn it is? If player's turn it is right now. Player can be computer, player can be a particular user as well. We don't know. Mathematically, whose chance it will be? Player can be a computer, player can be a particular user. Guys, come on, this is a very simple question. You guys are all wrong. How can you guys be like this? Player can be a computer, player can be a user as well. We don't know who the player is. We currently don't know who the player is. Adarsh Kumar is the only one who has written the right and the correct answer. Negative of player, player multiplied by -1. If player is the computer, then multiplied by -1, it is user's turn. If the player is user, then multiplied by -1, -1 multiplied by -1 is equals to 1. That is the computer's turn. So, player multiplied by -1, that is the next particular person, guys. Very bad, guys, very bad. PLAYR, player multiplied by -1. That is the next particular person's turn, guys. That is the next particular person's turn. Then we are going to remove our particular thing from right over there. So board I is equals to 0. We are going to remove our particular whatever we have placed right over there. If SCORE score is greater than VALUE value, in that particular case, we are going to have VALUE value is equals to SCORE score. POS is equals to I, and then we're going to go to the next line. Now here, if in the case, we'll come out of our for loop, guys. We'll come out of our for loop right over here. If in the case POS remains -1, I've already told you guys, if in the case POS returns -1, is currently -1, that means none of the places on the board are empty. There is always an X or a 0 at every single position. And nobody has 1 as well, because X is also not equal to 0. So nobody has 1 and all the positions are filled. What does that mean? Nobody has 1 and all the positions are filled. What does that mean, guys? Please let me know. Nobody has 1 and all the positions are already filled. That means it's a draw. In the case of a draw, what is the final answer that we want to return back? If it is a draw, what is the final answer that we want to return back, guys? 0. Very good. So we'll return 0 right over here. But if it is not a draw, what do we want to return? Who has won, right? So how to find who has won? Sorry, we want to return the score back because this is the min-max algorithm, right? So we'll return the score, that is basically the maximum value or the minimum value. So we want to return the value right over there. So we'll return the value right over here, guys. Okay, so if nobody has won, if it is not a draw, we'll return the value back to us. And that is the entirety of our min-max algorithm that we have coded. It is very similar to our computer's turn, guys, because min-max is our recursive calling of min-max itself. You call min-max once, again you call min-max, again the next particular player's turn is there, again it will call min-max, again the next particular player's turn is. So it basically, on the mind, it basically draws the entire tree of all the particular possible moves that are there, calculates the score, sends the score up till the point where the computer is able to make a choice that, okay, this is the direction that I want to go into. That is the entirety of your min-max algorithm, guys. Okay, let us try to run this. Let us see if this is working or not. There can be some errors as well. We don't know. We have just written the entire code at once. I have not even referred to any kind of material for it. So there can be some errors. Let us check it by running it if there is any kind of errors. We want to play. We have already checked for multiplayer, so we are not going to check that. We're just going to check for single player right over here. Enter to play first or second. Do you want to play first or second, guys? Please let me know. Do you want to play first or second, guys? Please let me know. First, okay. The current state of the board is completely empty. Tell me a position from 1 to 9, guys. Where do you want to put your X at? Tell me a position from 1 to 9. Where do you want to put your X at, guys? 5? Okay. This is the current state of the board, guys. We have an O right over here and an X right over here. Tell me a position where you want to put your X at from 1 to 9, guys. Again, from 1 to 9, where you want to put your X at? 7. Okay, let's put our X at 7. This is the current state of the board, guys. We don't have an option. We will have to put our X at 2. Otherwise, the computer will win. So we'll put our X at 2 right over here. This is again the current state of the board, guys. Where do you want to put your X at? Where do you want to put your X at, guys? I don't think so there is any chance of us winning. But where do you want to put your X at? At 9. Okay, let's put our X at 9. This is again the current state of the board. We don't have an option. It is a draw. We'll put our X at the last possible particular thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So until unless you are making a mistake, if you make a mistake, then the computer is going to win. If you don't make a mistake, it is always going to be a draw. You will never be able to win against the computer. So this is how AI actually works. This is how you have already coded an AI algorithm. An AI algorithm that will never let you win. It will either be a draw or the computer is always going to win. This is how it basically works. This algorithm can be used to play chess, but you will have to use a very powerful computer. But yes, you can use the same algorithm to play chess. You can use the same algorithm to play multiple different board games, even snakes and ladder as well in some cases. Okay. And yeah, but this algorithm cannot be used for very big games like Go. There's a game called as Go. Okay. Chinese game Go. So maybe you have seen this particular game at some particular point of time, like in some Chinese movie or in like Doraemon and Shinchan playing these type of games itself. So this game is called as Go, and it is a very big game. It is a very big game. Chess is also very small in comparison to this particular game. Now, in the case of min-max algorithm, you have to map down every single possible move by every single player out there, right? So this is such a big game that the number of possible moves in this game is more than the number of grains of sand on the entire planet. That is how big this game is. So it is not actually possible to map every single move with min-max algorithm. So there are multiple variants of Minmax algorithm as well. In some of the variants, it will basically prune the branches which is just going to be towards something that you already know. It will find like mirrors of multiple branches and remove them in its entirety. It will save some of these branches in its memory. So there are multiple versions of Minmax algorithm that can be used, but yes, Go is a very big algorithm and using Minmax won't work on this. So another algorithm will be there, right? Yes, alpha beta pruning. Okay, that's not crooning. Pruning is the exact word. So yeah, these are the kind of stuffs that you will learn as you go a little bit deeper into AI. Again, the suggested book, I've already told you guys, A Modern Approach to Artificial Intelligence. That is one of the best books to learn artificial intelligence from, but it is not for college students. If you are learning AI from that particular book, you are actually wasting your time right over there. You are not expected to know so much. It is not helpful in your job roles or your internships. So I'll suggest against that. I'll ask you to focus much more upon learning about machine learning, deep learning, data science, data analytics. 2-3 algorithms in AI that is more than sufficient to you to actually know what AI actually is. Then go towards your LLMs and so on and so forth. That will be my suggestion to you guys if you want to get into a good company, if you want to get a good package. That will be my suggestion to you. Okay. Any doubts or queries up till this point of time, guys? Please let me know. Any problems or queries up till this point of time, guys? Please let me know. Yes, it is a very good decision to go further with C++ and DSA. Even I did that. Could you please tell me the book, name of the book, please? A Modern Approach to Artificial Intelligence. One day I even showed you guys the book. So the same book itself. I'm not using some different book. Any questions or queries, guys? Please let me know. Very silent you guys are today. Okay. Tomorrow onwards, guys, we are going to start with our new bootcamp, that is Python and machine learning. So for those who are interested in machine learning, make sure that you guys are attending from tomorrow onwards. We'll learn the theoretical concepts in machine learning. We're going to do a project in machine learning as well. So we'll know a lot of different things. I leave 2 attendance. Will I get the certificate? I don't know when I will be sending the list. It will depend upon my mood at every point of time. Ludo में apply कर सकते हैं. I have never tried it out. Maybe, maybe not. I have no idea. I cannot think about it right now. Multiple things are going on in my mind. Okay. So syntax, C++ is hard for beginners. No, not at all. Guys, everything is the same. Once you get your hands-on practice, you will practice for 7 to 10 days. You will start getting the vibe out of it. Okay. Komal, just go through the entire code line by line. Compare it with what code I have written. You must have made a coding error. Okay. Karan Patil, you will get, so those people who have completed their pre-registration, they will start getting the calls via the assigned counselors from tomorrow onwards. So you don't have to worry about it. We still have 2 more seats that are available, guys. We still have 2 more seats that are available. Is there somebody who is still interested to enroll in the training and internship program, guys? Please let me know. Is there somebody who is still interested in the training and internship program, guys? Please let me know. Well, there are last 2 seats that are currently available. So I'm asking you guys right now, how many of you guys are still interested in the training and internship program? Because after these 2 seats, we'll close down. We have already got all the students that we need for our particular batch to start. So we are not going to take up any more candidates as of this particular point of time. That is the reason why I'm asking from you guys. Is there somebody who is still interested in the training and internship program? How to send money from Nepal for the internship? Samir, Rai, just approach me on LinkedIn. Okay, I'll help you out with that. So for those students who are still interested in the training and internship program, guys, I'm sending you guys the pre-registration link for the last time. Once the 2 students have enrolled into the program, we will not be able to take in any more candidates, guys. Will not be able to take in any more candidates, guys. So I've provided you guys with the pre-registration link in the live chat. Okay. Sahil, you don't have to worry. We are a reputed company. We have a presence on YouTube for such a long period of time. Okay, we have so many students that have graduated through DevTown itself. So you don't have to worry about it. I personally arranged the entire program. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Sir, please suggest book for C++ programming. Please do not learn C++ programming from a book. If you are spending any more than 7 to 10 days learning a programming language, you are an idiot. Okay? Whatever you are able to learn, take 1 hour, 1.5 hours every single day for 10 days, open up YouTube, search for C++ full course, just do it. That's it. No more. No more C++. Then directly jump to data structures and algorithms. That will be my particular idea for you guys. Can I submit this project as my mini project in college? Definitely yes. That is the level of this project. You can definitely do that. I'll just suggest you guys to learn a little bit of a UI in Python and implement a good front end for this particular project. It will make it pop out a lot to your professors. Your professors' mind will just be blown. Okay, they will be like, okay, I will just suggest that. Okay. What we have to write in it? Nothing. You don't have to write anything right over there, Fatima. Don't worry about, yes, you are already enrolled a particular for those students who are doing the pre-registration or who have done their pre-registration as well, a career counselor will be allotted to you guys, who will be helping guys out with the entire process, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, anybody who is still interested in the training and internship, please let me know. Anybody who is still interested in the training and internship, guys, please let me know. So those who are still interested, there are last 2 seats that are currently, the internship will also be completely online. You don't have to worry about it. The internship as well as the entire training will be completely online. Okay. Completely online, as well as the internship will be part-time. So you don't even have to worry that I have my college, I have to manage it with that. You don't have to worry. The companies already know that. They'll give you the work according to that itself. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. So for those students who are interested, please do complete your pre-registration right now. As soon as the students are completing your pre-registration, please do let me know as well. I'm able to see if you guys have completed a pre-registration, then I am able to see it from right over here. I'm interested, but I'm completely a fresher. You don't have to worry about that. There is no prerequisites required for the training and internship program. Okay. There are no prerequisites required for the training and internship program. Where can I get projects like this? You can join the bootcamps. Every single bootcamp has its own project. Okay. Carrots, अभी से कुछ लोगों को कॉल आया था. I don't know, Carrot. You can just reach out to me on LinkedIn. Just reach out to me on LinkedIn. Send me the information. I'll help you out with that directly. Okay. Fatima, if you are from Pakistan, reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'll help you out with that. Okay. Can this project be used in my CV? Definitely yes. That is the reason why I'm having the project. Okay. सर आपने कल कहा था जो टायर 3 स्टूडेंट्स से बिलोंग करते हैं वो फुल स्टैक डेवलपमेंट करे, बट मेरा इंटरेस्ट डेटा साइंस में है. सी मेरा इंटरेस्ट तो भाई अंबानी बनने में है, लेकिन अभी बन तो नहीं सकते डायरेक्टली. देयर इज अ फ्लो ऑफ दैट, राइट? सो देयर इज अ फ्लो टू योर ड्रीम एज वेल. फर्स्ट लर्न फुल स्टैक, get a job in full stack, get a good job in full stack. Once you're stable with your income, start learning data science then. Okay. Then in that same company, you do a switch of job role into MLE. Okay. That will be the best particular thing that you can do. Okay. What's your LinkedIn ID? My LinkedIn ID is down in the description of the video, so you don't have to worry about it. Like I said, guys, for those who are interested in the program, the last 2 particular seats that are currently available, please complete your pre-registration right now, guys. Okay, I'm very sorry. The last seat is available right now. Sri Nikita has completed their pre-registration. So the last seat is remaining right now. Will you suggest any math topic to brush up for data science? Especially statistics. Your statistics should be very strong. And I'm not talking about mean, median, mode. I'm talking about t-test, hypothesis testing, okay? All the advanced concepts in statistics, you should be able to do that, okay? For those guys who are interested in the training and internship program, please do complete your pre-registration. I have provided the pre-registration link in the live chat itself. The last seat is available right now. After that, I will not be able to help you guys out with the same, okay? The last seat is available. Please do complete your pre-registration. Shivani Pawar, I will suggest keep the link with you. After 1 hour, if the link is still working, you can do the pre-registration. After that, if it is not working, then just understand that the seats are over. The internships will be accepted by AICTE as well. We have already made sure of all of these things. Wait, these internships given by Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, these are the companies who are giving you the internship. Of course. What the fuck? How is that question even logical? But no issues in that. Okay, I'm able to understand it. Okay. Sir, any words on OOPS concept in Python? Definitely learn that. Okay, OOPS, whenever you are learning any kind of programming language, just before the interview, try to complete the OOPS in its entirety. Inheritance क्या होता है भाई, ये सब चीज अच्छे से समझ में आना चाहिए तुम लोग को. ठीक है? Okay, Java is more used than C++, then why you choose C++? Okay, let me give you a very good example of that. There is let's assume everybody in the entire world puts their hand in their ass and then to the mouth and then they eat. Okay, everybody does that. Okay, but there is an easier option as well. Directly मुंह में हाथ डाल लो, खाना खा लो. Easier option as well. There is there, right? So everybody will use the easier option. The problem with Java and C++ is that you are using these two programming languages to clear an interview round. You're not using that कि भाई अब तो यही जाके यूज करेंगे एग्जाम में, लगी कंपनी में घुसे नहीं जावा मचा देंगे. भाई नहीं होता ऐसा. जावा के डेवलपर 10 ही होंगे पूरी कंपनी में, तुम्हें चूज भी नहीं करेगा, तो पावर बीआई में डाल देगा. तू पढ़ के आया फुल स्टैक को डालेगा पावर बीआई में. तो वो ऑप्शन नहीं है कि आई एम गोइंग टू चूज आई एम गोइंग टू बिकम अ फुल स्टैक डेवलपर. नहीं, यू आर लर्निंग ऑल दिस जस्ट टू क्लियर एन एग्जाम. That's it, just to clear an interview, to get a job. The company decides what you are going to do inside of that company. That is something that the company decides, not you. Okay? So the reason why I say to choose C++ than Java is because most of the interviews that will be coming into your particular interview will already know Java. And you cannot learn it more than them. They use it practically on a daily basis. The kind of questions that they can ask on Java can be very tough for you. That is the reason why I tell students to prefer C++. Between C++, Java, there's not a lot of difference. Choosing any of the languages is the exact same. But I will definitely suggest C++ for DSA. But when it comes to development, I will never suggest Java, because Java developers are paid the least in the industry. And the demand for them is slowly decreasing. To the point where right now Java developers are paid like 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs rupees per year. Very shit placements in Java. And right now they are being removed from the companies very easily because that is not needed at all. Okay. Okay guys, so now I'll give you guys the attendance link right now. Give me a second. I'll give you guys the attendance link right now. Give me a second guys. I got no background in coding. Where should I start? Start from learning C++, then data structures and algorithms. Then parallelly start with like your one of the development skill set, either data science or full stack. That is something that I'll be suggesting you. Otherwise, if you're not sure what to do, where to do it, you can join the training and internship program. We cover all these things for you guys. Okay. Okay. I'm creating the payment link, guys. Please let me know. Fatima, I will check it right now. Give me a second. I will just do the particular attendance link right now. Okay guys, so I hope to see some of you guys soon in the next particular bootcamp that is on machine learning. Okay, I hope to see you guys right over there. Right now, I'll give you guys the attendance link in the live chat. The attendance link as well as the pre-registration link, both are provided in the live chat, guys. Okay. Both are provided in the live chat. Again, guys, one last seat is available that I've last checked. After that, we'll not be taking in any more candidates. So those who are interested, please do complete your pre-registration as soon as possible, guys. Do complete your pre-registration as soon as possible. The certificates will be sent to you guys on your email IDs in the next 4 to 5 days itself. Okay, so it will take us 4 to 5 days to send you guys the certificates. So that will be sent on your email IDs that you have used for your attendance. Okay, the pre-registration link as well as the attendance link is there in the live chat. You can start filling it up. We'll meet in our tomorrow's class, that is on machine learning and Python, the new bootcamp that is starting up. If you want to still continue your learning process, you can definitely do that. And we'll continue from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, guys. Yes, Sai, I have received your pre-registration, I guess. Sai Kritika, right? I think so. That is the name, right? Yes, I've received that. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, guys. So we'll meet in our tomorrow's class and continue from right over there. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.